Right, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakodash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to all of the Akim that are teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. On the brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp, back with another lesson to help edify the Lord's elect. As always, I like to start by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites, and the real Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians and West Africans predominantly. However, you will find Israelites that do look like the other nations, because we as a people have been scattered amongst all nations throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that is named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because the book of Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers, okay? So I was reading through the newspaper the other day, and I saw this image, and I thought, I'll do a little lesson on this, because it's important to remember who we're dealing with here. When you're dealing with the so-called white man, he is what the Bible describes as the wicked, according to Malachi and other scriptures. Now, a lot of these so-called white people, they don't consider themselves to be bad people. They consider themselves to be good, upright, good people. A lot of them think that they're cool and they're happy, but the Bible lets you know who you're dealing with, and that's what you've got to keep in mind at the end of the day, because the scriptures, they don't lie. Now, this image depicts Esau in his true nature, because they might clean themselves up and carry a briefcase and wear a suit and tie, and try to act like they're, nice people. But really, this is their true nature. This is their true intent. This is their true, look at those eyes. This is Esau in his element, because you know what? Esau was a murderer from the beginning, going back to his forefather Cain. And when he came back on the earth, he had those same traits. Cain, because that was Cain coming back in the reincarnation. And the scriptures say that Esau's blessing was the sword. This is why you see the white man often spend so much money on his military. Like if you look at America, which is Babylon the Great, what is the most that America spends its money on? They're in industrial military the industrial military complex, if I'm saying that correctly. They spend so much money on their so-called defense budget, when ain't nobody trying to attack them like that. But they spend so much money on it because that's their nature, because they've gone around the earth, all around the earth, shedding blood by the edge of the sword and stealing lands which do not belong to them. So I'm going to get this in the scripture so you can see who we're dealing with here. I'm going to go to Genesis, the 25th chapter, starting 25. Genesis 25, from about 19, I guess, isn't it? And these are the generations of Abraham's son Isaac. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over. Yeah. And the first, so I've got notifications on, I can turn it off. It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there are twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Which, if you do the extrapolation, you know that they spent 20 years from the point they were married before she conceived. So that was 20 years they were without child, because it said Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife. And it says Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them, meaning that for 20 years they didn't have children. So let's read that again. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came out his brother out and took hold on Esau's heel, and his name is called Jacob. Now, if you look at when a so-called white baby is born, it comes out of the womb and it is red all over. The reason why it's red all over is because its blood shows forth through its skin. Now, in the scriptures, you've got a plague or a disease called leprosy, which is when your melanin is stripped from your skin. Now, this is the curse and the mark that was put upon Cain back in Genesis, the 5th chapter, I believe. And when Cain came back in his reincarnation, he had that same mark upon him, which was the mark of leprosy. And he still has that mark upon him to this day, which is why Esau is known as the red man, because his blood shows forth through his skin. Now, when we go to read on, it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Again, I'll show this image because that's Esau's nature, a cunning hunter. He loves to, sit in the bushes and, poor animals piss on him and put branches over his head and hide there so he can slay an animal. He'll wait there all day just so he can get the perfect shot. That's Esau's fucking nature, right? And the scriptures tell you of this. And it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, meaning a man of the world, meaning that he was always in, traveling the world, going here and there, which is Esau's nature. They keep not at home, and they're always running up in other people's lands and then claiming them for themselves. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And if you look at the nature of these Edomites, they love to eat their meat with the blood still in it, where it's not cooked properly. They call it, rare, medium rare, all this shit. That's Esau's nature, right? And the scriptures tell you of this. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So, going into the Malachi, Malachi 1 and 1. It says, the burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said Yahweh, saith Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh, yet I love Jacob. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. So Yahweh has indignation against these people forever. These are the people that the Most High hates. These are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Because there's 3 classifications of people in the Bible. You've got the sons of God, which is us Israelites. You've got the sons of men, which is the other nations. And you've also got the sons of the wicked, which are the Edomites. So that's just a quick lesson going into the nature of Esau. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And there you go. That's the breakdown in the scriptures. I could get more scriptures, but I just want to do a little quick, simple hit on this one. So with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of great millstone that rule well. And shalom to you. I came teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth. And I'll catch you on the next one, Lord willing. Shalom for now.